sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Pittsburgh Steelers. To return, it's Cam Sutton. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So on the big tight end, hold it.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Rodgers going to throw. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. He lost 6 there on the first down play. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Rodgers. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12.
319! 319! 319!
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down. On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Throwing now is Wentz. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A dump down to McKinnon. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Wentz now on first down. A dump down to McKinnon. Given 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too. Here's Wentz to throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. T.J. Watt in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
Two-jack.
Wentz going to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Over here. Hey, 626. 319 to Nana.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Oko over here. Oko over here.
Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. He gets it to Brown, complete. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first, thanks to a flashy little spin move. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. They go play action here on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw is Rodgers. To throw again. Man open right side. It's Rodgers. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
This is Bell on the dump off. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
Man open left side is Brown. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13. Rodgers again now. Goes underneath for Bell. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Hey, where y'all going? Hey, check 26. Hey, check 26.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. To the right side, incomplete to Washington. And he'll go down at the 28. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And again, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And that's off the left upright, but it caroms right in. How about that? The kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So put 3 on the board. A little bit of a hook on the driver that time. Looked a little bit like you, Charles, over on the 8th at Windermere.
You know me too well, partner. Except that he got his to hit a tree and kick back into the fairway.
Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
On first down, Wentz. He's going to rifle one deep left, and that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They give him a gain of 37.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Got a man open, it's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
On second down, here's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. He went backwards there 8 yards, and it brings up third down. The Steelers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. To throw is Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
That's pulled in at the 32. "21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing on first is Wentz. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Got an open man, it's Washington. And down he'll go at the 25. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Steps away to his left. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
And definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A good convergence there defensively. Only a yard, and it's second down.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Shakes it, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Bud Dupree. In there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked out at about the 3-yard line. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here.
They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this.
26.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll get him down here at the 23. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be third down.
Hey, check 26.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that is incomplete. A third down. He tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Bud Dupree in there to get him for his second sack of the night. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
Down the man inside, down the man.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
We used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. They find some open field here. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Wentz now on first down. flush to his right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Go, go. Shorty, shorty, shorty. Hey, stand.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. Jeffrey breaking the tackle. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here.
Great.
As they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Great.
Wentz now on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Wentz to throw again. Going for it all. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And it's 3rd down. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Heinz Field has always been a tough place for field goal kickers. It's just a very heavy side, plus you've got an open end of the field with wind coming off the Allegheny. And sure enough, he kind of chunks this one, and it's no good.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A final shot before half for Rodgers. Rolling to his right. James has got it, complete. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now a first carry for Donnell Pumphrey. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. A dump down to McKinnon. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Working from the gun, Wentz. A dump down to McKinnon. Touchdown, Philadelphia! Jerick McKinnon, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Sutton now to return. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
Green 19th and on.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. Throw left side, taken in by Washington. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Rodgers to throw on 3rd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Shotgun now for Wentz. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Here's Wentz to throw. Aguilar has it. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
Throwing now is Wentz. He's going to rifle one deep left. And this is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Nelson Aguilar, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Elliott now to kick this one away. Sutton now to return. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now out come the Steelers. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now it's the backup Rudolph. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
And now they're just looking to add to that total. That one goes for 24 yards. Wentz now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now Wentz. He finds McKinnon, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? On 1st down, Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. T.J. Watt in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. On the crossing route, complete. It's Neal. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Bud Dupree bringing the pressure again, and that is his 3rd sack here tonight. As we are just about set to go here in quarter, the Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now Brown. Oh, good move. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Nigel Bradham coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Out of the gun, Rudolph. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And the Steelers on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Rudolph looking to throw. Flushed out right. And this is going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Now Rodgers got to have this one. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Great 15, great 15.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A really good pickup of 28 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this?
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Cameron Hayward in there to drop him the 7th time tonight. He's gone down. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Great. Red 5-7. Lion.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield. But when push came to shove, they stood their ground. And now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
And the kick by Elliott is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Steelers' offense now. They get ready to head back on the field. Rudolph going to lead the Steelers up now, 1st and 10. Here comes a first down throw from Rudolph. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Single. Check 26, check 26.
Here's Rudolph now on 2nd down. Throw left side complete. That's Washington. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And credit the tackle to Derek Barnett. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And an alley to run. There he goes left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Timmy Jernigan continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Let's go. White 90. White 90.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. A screen to Bell. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
4 down, 4 down. Ohio, Ohio.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Finding some room at midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. First carry for James Conner. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now a play fake here on first down. Dancing to his left. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Dobbs now on second down. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
Come on.
Wentz to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game.